Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing a little get ready with me, showing you my most recent day makeup. Let's get into it. I've been starting with this Glow Recipe Dewdrops as primer. I really love the way that it makes my skin look. I don't know why it took me so long to try it, but now I want to try a bunch of the other skin prep products from that line. Also, I went to the beach with my friends like almost a week ago, and I was out there for too long and did not reapply my sunscreen because I got lazy, which I'm usually really good about. So I'm annoyed because of course I got burnt on my face and my chest, and now my nose is peeling. My nose got the worst of it and now my nose is peeling, so I want to make sure that I definitely like take time with this step because my skin is drier than it normally is. And I actually have combination skin, but it's more on the oily side. And I've been really liking these drops, so I feel like this is the perfect product for this. I also just like touched up my eyebrows and got rid of my mustache. I'm also in a different filming spot. I've never filmed before in this spot, but I'm really loving it. So I hope that it ends up looking well in this video. The lighting might be a little weird because I'm standing on a stool in front of a window in the bathroom, but I really like the lighting. So for daytime makeup, I've been focusing on my base with liquid concealers. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So this darker shade I use to bronze, and I always start with bronzer now because I learned this from Courtney Shields on TikTok. She explained that if you do your bronzer first, then your concealer looks a lot more flawless, whereas sometimes when you do your bronzer and your contour after your concealer, it kind of muddies up the concealer and you kind of get lost with all of the shadow. So I've been doing my makeup that way and I've really loved it. I just use this e.l.f. buffing foundation brush to get my bronzer shade on. I feel like a little bit goes a long way, especially for daytime. I do a little here, forehead, I do my eye, and then I try to do a little on my nose, and I just blend it in. So I use the buffing foundation brush because I feel like it helps keep, it's like a little smaller, so it helps keep the bronzer exactly where I want it. I'm still also like practicing a lot. I have been trying to like take any little opportunity when I feel like inspired to do makeup to just practice it, because I feel like I don't practice and play with my makeup enough. So I'm still like learning this technique that I'm doing. It's not perfect by any means, so I'm just sharing more so like the concept and the products that I've been liking. I also don't know if this is even the right shade for me to bronze with. I also like just recently started getting more into my base. I was definitely more of like a concealer with blush type of girl. Now that I'm getting more into like bronzing and even a little bit of contouring, which always like scared me. I feel like I'm a little bit more experimental. So I'm still learning, but it's so fun. I love it. I used to really hate bronzer because I didn't really know how to apply it and what tones to use. Like I would always try to bronze with like a cool tone, whereas that probably would have been best to contour with if I wanted that kind of effect. But I've learned that I definitely like more warmer tones to just warm up my face as bronzer compared to the cool tones and like changing the shape of my face. Another thing that's really exciting to me is like the concept of being able to do my own makeup for like special events. It's because I don't know, I feel like when you master your own makeup, it's the best. It looks the best and you feel the best. I'm gonna take that middle shade, and this is what I use to kind of cover up any darkness, redness, any spots on my face. The lightest color I use to highlight. The middle color I'll use on my problem areas, which are usually on my chin. I don't know why, but I tend to always have breakouts on my chin. Don't know what that means. I also haven't gotten a facial in a little while, so I could probably use a little TLC. So I do the middle shade in these areas for the most part. And then the brightest shade I'll take on the outer edges of my eye, a little bit on my forehead. Kind of use it like more on the high points. One of my new favorite purchases is the Rare Beauty concealer brush. I love it so much. So this is what I will use to blend all of this out. I feel like the way that it's shaped really helps me get into like the little crevices of my eye and just like keep a more defined blended look. I also recently got my nose pierced about a month ago. I love it so much. I've always wanted to get my nose pierced ever since I was little. I almost did it during COVID when I was still in nursing school. I feel like I was also just really afraid of regretting it, but I love it. I can't wait to try new jewelry. I got it pierced a month ago and I can't change this stud for another piece of jewelry until this has healed, which they told me takes about 3 to 6 months. So I'm gonna just be patient and enjoy the stud for what it is, because I know when I switch out the jewelry, I probably won't go back to the stud for a while. I'll definitely keep it. I feel like just like with other accessories, there are certain accessories that go for certain occasions or like certain outfits. So I think it'll be nice to be able to just switch it up whenever I want. What's been really cool about this piercing is it has been my easiest piercing to heal. As you guys can see, I have a lot of ear piercing. Well, not a lot. I have like a good amount of ear piercings, but I also have my belly button pierced. So I would say I'm like a fairly averagely pierced person. Is that a sentence? Whatever. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's on my face, so it's easier for me to see, clean, manage, and I'm not sleeping on it like on my ears or on my stomach. I have honestly no idea what it is, but I've really been loving it, and I might go so far to say that it's my favorite piercing. I'm also Hispanic, so I come from a family that's very, very traditional, and they are not the biggest fans of piercings or tattoos, and I have both. So I think I was also nervous about getting backlash from them or like feeling any type of way. I'm sure you guys can relate if you know have grown up with parents that have a certain like viewpoint on something, or you know, are I guess more traditional. Okay, so now that that's blended, I really like to take my time with it. When I can take my time with my makeup, I feel like it always looks better. I feel like the blending is really where the magic is, so I try to take my time. All right, now the last liquid product that I will use for my base is blush. You guys know from other videos that I've made that I love the Milani Cheek Kiss liquid blush. This is a new shade that I got for fall and winter, more like dark makeup, and it's 160 Berry Smooch. It's just like a really pretty berry color. I also have really been loving just like a bronzy blush, so I wanna look for more like maybe nude orangish color, and I think that Rare Beauty has a really good one. I've also heard a lot of good things about Saie blushes, so that might be next. And then another favorite purchase of mine is the Rare Beauty blush brush. It's so good. I feel like that has been a new topic that I have seen come up in the makeup world as of recently, blush placement in the last like year, I would say. And I think it's so cool because I think for a lot of us who have been wearing makeup, I'm sure, I feel like it's been like a pretty general consensus, blush was always like the forgotten makeup product. I myself never really wore blush until I became an adult. Amor mío. Hola, Elisa. And I bring it down to my chin and my forehead as well, just to kind of tie everything together. And then once I've completed my base, I'll go in with the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. Oh, I forgot to do blush. I usually set my under eyes, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. I usually set my under eyes and then do highlight, but it's okay. I'm actually really liking how my skin looks without the powder and the highlight right now. I might as well just show what I would use. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, Haus Labs highlighter, and Peach Quartz. So I would use these two and then I would set my face. I totally forgot those two steps, but that's okay. My best friend put me on to these. Okay, I don't know if it's Refy or Refi. Everyone says Refy, but in my eyes, Refy would be with an I. I don't know. I'm just using this, it's their clear brow sculpt I love it. It works so well. If you guys have any brow product recommendations, I would love to try new ones. And then for lips, this is a combination I've really been liking. If I don't use this NYX Butter Gloss, I will use one of Rare Beauty's lip oils, and I believe the color that I've been loving is Delight. I actually got it for my mom and I've been wearing it all the time, so I need to get my own and stop using my mom's. But I've been loving this lip liner because it's brown and I've never gotten into browns, but it's a little lighter, so I felt a little more comfortable starting with this before going darker, but I think I'm ready to go darker. This is just the NYX lip pencil in Nude Beige. And I just try to fill in the corners. And I do a line down the middle of my bottom lip. Okay. So it's like barely anything. And then this is the NYX Butter Gloss in Butterscotch, which I love so much. I'm obsessed. I want to get other colors because it feels and looks so good. It smells like butterscotch. It smells so good. And just kind of blend it out in my finger. So this is it. This has been my recent day natural makeup. I used to never skip mascara and now I love it, and I just save it for nighttime glam or for when I'm going out. I feel like this just allows my skin to glow better, and the focus is the base, which I mentioned in the beginning. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any video suggestions, please leave them down below. If there's any specific topic you want me to talk about, I have a lot of really great plans for my channel. Thank you guys for anyone who's still stuck around for whatever reason, or any new followers. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you try a product that I showed, or that you try a technique that I showed. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day.